aliens are created from human DNA. This is what a ufologist professor from Pennsylvania claims. He says the so-called gray aliens, short men with large heads and a frail little body, are considered the most famous type of aliens. It's they who most often appear in the stories of abducted people. Who are gray aliens? They are humanoids, that is, humanoid creatures, and there have been many theories from ufologists in an attempt to explain who they are and the so-called gray aliens. So, who are they? They are humanoids, that is, humanoid creatures. They have been in many theories from ufologists in an attempt to explain who they are, why they look so similar to people, and at the same time so different. Some consider them real aliens arriving from other planets. Some consider them time travelers representing people who have evolved over millennia. Some consider them as visitors from another dimension or other worlds, and some say they are robots created by non-human aliens, and so on. There's even a completely bizarre theory explaining that a large head, large almond-shaped eyes, a triangular face, a nose in the form of two small holes, a thin mouth, the absence of ears, and other details of the appearance of the Greys, quote-unquote, are in fact a highly distorted image of a person perceived in childhood by newborn babies. That is, all abductions by aliens, quote-unquote, are supposedly just strange nightmares or lapses in consciousness with the call of long-forgotten infantile memories. And now one more version about Greys has been stated. This new theory was stated by a certain David Jacobs, who, by the way, is an official teacher of history from Temple University, Pennsylvania, USA. Jacobs has a hobby. He is extremely passionate about ufology and regularly tells the press about his hunches and thoughts. He has previously talked about the fact that aliens have been walking on Earth among people for a long time, and also that they are planning a full-scale invasion. Recently, Jacobs was invited to the Richard Dolan TV show, and there he talked about how the similarity of the Greys, quote-unquote, to people is not accidental, because they were probably specially created using human DNA, and this DNA was obtained from abducted people, apparently the very first, he claims. That's his theory anyway. Now, according to Jacobs, the Greys, quote-unquote, have barely visible ear holes, nose holes, and a very tiny little mouth, but these parts do not seem to play any important role in their physiology because the Greys, quote-unquote, communicate telepathically with the abducted, and no one has ever noticed that they were breathing. He says there is no evidence that they breathe, although the abductees saw them very close to them, even touched their foreheads. I asked these people, did you feel their breath on your face? And they always said no. They most likely have no lungs at all. They have very thin little bodies, and no one has seen their chests move with breathing. And they don't talk. They always communicate telepathically. They don't eat either, at least not in the usual way we eat. So for what purpose do they need a mouth? The fact is that these Greys, these aliens, probably have human DNA, which made them so similar to us in appearance. He says, I don't know for sure, but that's my best guess. It always comes down to a mouth slit that they don't need at all, that they should not have. So what do you think about this theory from this Pennsylvania Temple University professor? Please leave your comments. This is from Infinity Explorers. Ash Shrivastava, and not on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.